Okay, so this demo is going to just basically talk about the basic interface and get us started on our project here in Revit. So this is obviously the opening screen here. Once you got this, you can see that we've been working on some stuff, but we're not going to be too concerned with that here at the moment. We're just going to be starting a new project. So I'm going to go ahead. This stuff is popping up on here. Not sure what that's about, but we're going to go ahead and start a new project. And so we're going to hit new, and there are a couple of templates that are already preloaded in here. We're actually not going to be using that for this project since we're going to be doing a residence. We're going to use the residential template. So if we go in and under the browse, we can see that there's actually a lot more to offer there. So we can go ahead and double click and load the residential template profile here. So go ahead and hit OK. All right, and then from there, it's going to go ahead and pop up. We have a couple of things that are really nicely loaded in here. We have all of a couple of preset views, first, second floor, basement. We have some electrical stuff, some site planning stuff, all stuff that we're going to start to engage as we get into this. And as we go through this, we're going to be able to start to modify some of these things here. We have, we can start to see some of the schedules, like for doors, windows, things like that. And we can also start to build this out. And all of the families that are a part of this are also viewable from this menu here. So it's a project browser. We can get to any of the views. So for instance, we want to go see an elevation. We can go ahead and get into an elevation here. And we can see where all of the floor heights are actually set up here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set this to 12 feet because I'm going to have some 12-foot ceiling heights in here eventually here. So we'll go ahead and adjust that. And then the roof, we'll also grab this and adjust it. And I'm going to go ahead and put that at 20. And we'll be able to come back and modify this down the road, but this essentially is going to give us some constraints that we can snap to when we start to insert walls into our geometry. Okay? All right, and so we'll go ahead and go back to, we'll just set the floor plan. Now the first thing that you guys are going to want to look at and set up in here is going to be the project information. So we can go ahead under the Manage tab, we have project info here. We can go ahead and start to fill this in, and so we'll go, our organization is KSU, higher education, the building name, we'll call this the Headley Residence. Author, Dustin Headley. And then we can go ahead and start to set the project address, the client name, we'll call that also. You guys can put my name in there, project status. We'll leave that blank for right now. And project name, you can give your, we'll call it the, when we worked on solar decathlon stuff, you can call it the solar house or whatever you guys want to call it. And this will be the project number, and we'll just do today's date. That's 10/22/2015. Okay. All right, and then you can also insert the address here. So we'll call this 1313 Mockingbird Lane, Manhattan, Kansas 66506. Okay, so go ahead and hit OK. And what that does is, we don't immediately see anything updated in this, but when we go down to see our sheets, say we go ahead and want to take a plan, look at the first floor plan sheet, we can zoom in, and you can see all of that information has started to be inserted here, project name. So we can start to get these sheet sets ready so that we can start to modify this stuff, which is a really, really nice feature about this. Okay, we don't actually have anything drawn, but eventually we will have a quarter scale floor plan in this sheet set. Okay, and you can see that this is in review of some of the CAD standards that we did in the previous SketchUp project. Okay. All right, and so that's going to be the basics here to get us set up in the interface. The next tutorial is going to cover walls, windows, and doors and placing those ready-made geometries. Okay.